All right, we come to our last question, guys. It's a yo-yo test. Haven't had one of these for a little while, have we? Yo-yo test. I know we did a few years ago, but yeah, I mean, I'm not Nostradamus, but my tip yo-yo or multi-stage fitness test, I think there's a high chance this year, but who knows? This person, Michael, has done particularly well. I don't think that's you, mate. 18 minutes, stopping at 20.1, elite category in the for VO2 max, using your understanding of energy system interplay, fatigue and recovery. So I've got to hit this, this, and this, as well as the information provided. I got to use something here. All right. I've got to use data. It's telling me. So if I was annotating this, absolutely, I would be writing. Got to hit fatigue. I'd be starting to think about it. Got to hit recovery. Something's happening in here. There's a recovery in there for sure. What recovery would I do after this test? And then I would definitely put data. You have no idea how many people would miss the data. So it's an interesting test in that it starts off sub-maximally. It certainly starts off at a higher intensity than the multi-stage fitness test. So we start down this end, we run to the beep, turn around at the beep, we don't stop until we get to here. Get here by one beep, and then we've got a 5 meter walk, wait for the beep, and away we go. So, and obviously each level gets faster. Now, just before I go to the answers in this, I'll put this here so I didn't forget. We are going to have another aiming for the next level tutorial series in term 3. We thoroughly enjoyed this, and we've got great feedback from the people who've come regularly that they've thoroughly enjoyed it and got a fair bit out of it. And that's all we're in the game for, guys, is to help people. So we will do this again in term 3. It's not on our website yet. We're just working out the dates and what content we're going to give in each week. But again, it'll be a 6 or 7 week tutorial series, I would imagine. Probably same day and probably same time. But if you've got any feedback on that, you want to be involved, then please send us through. If this time doesn't work, we're fairly flexible. And if you've got any friends that you think could benefit, it would be awesome if you put them onto that also. This is a big 8 marker, and when VCAR do 8 markers, they always mark it holistically. And so this is our attempt at putting together a rubric, if you like. So if you've got everything in this rubric in your answer, then you are looking pretty damn good. We're not going to have time for you to send your answers to us, but I'm happy if you do copy and paste your answers into an email. I'm happy to have a look at these. I guess Wooly is too, but I'll commit to that. If you want to copy and paste your answers in, send us an email. I'm happy to look through it and give you some feedback on it. This is how I'd mark it, how I'd answer it. So we've got our generic statement. I've just got to start that way. All 3 systems are going to contribute because I'm showing my understanding of interplay. Intensity and duration determines which one's the greatest contributor. When the test starts, the intensity increases from rest. So you're going to get a small oxygen deficit. The ATP-PC system will be the greatest energy provider. The anaerobic glycolysis system will too. They have a fast rate and a low yield. So see, I'm trying to sneak in the rate and the yield. We learnt this last year. You really must. But obviously, it's a very low intensity test at the beginning. So the aerobic system will quickly become the greatest contributor once oxygen is available at the muscle to do so. Now, this system, slow rate, high yield. At the beginning of each level, when there's an increase in intensity, the anaerobic systems will again cover the shortfall in ATP production. Now, they will not be the greatest contributor. Why? Because the aerobic system has become the greatest contributor. Now, there is an active recovery in this test. There is a period of low intensity, but I still think the aerobic system would be the greatest contributor. As the intensity of the test increases and Michael begins to get closer to level 20, the anaerobic glycolysis system increases its contribution to ATP resynthesis. Now, that doesn't mean it becomes the greatest contributor, but as the speed of the test gets faster, they will exceed their lip. Hydrogen ions begin to accumulate and inhibit muscular contraction, leading to fatigue. So I've hit the source of fatigue. There's a small 10-meter active recovery. So I'm hitting recovery now between each bout. This allows Michael to oxidize and remove some hydrogen ions, but eventually not enough. They're going to accumulate, which will force him to cease the test at level 20.1. Why is it important that I put in level 20.1? Because it says up here, I need to include information provided, and it said level 20.1. Overall, the aerobic energy system produced the most ATP, and I've said again, due to the 18 minutes of the test. Finally, an active recovery should be performed after the test to oxidize hydrogen ions faster, create a muscle pump to increase venous return and remove waste. Now, I threw that one in just in case. I've already mentioned recovery, but who knows? I don't know whether they want after. I don't know whether they're talking about during. So you know what? I'll hit both. Now, I wonder how you went. Please don't send those answers through on chat, but perhaps shoot through to Wooly how well people went. It would be very unlikely that everyone's got 8. The reality is in last year's, or was it 2 years ago when we did the phosphate recovery and there was an interplay question, very, very few people get 8. These are difficult questions. So be kind to yourself.